Would you hurt someone if told to? The Milgram experiment. If someone in a lab coat told you to hurt someone, would you? You'd probably say, no, I'm not a maniac. But what if it's for science? Turns out humans are surprisingly obedient when authority steps in. Welcome to one of the most disturbing experiments in psychology, the Milgram experiment. It's 1961, Yale University. Psychologist Stanley Milgram has a wild idea. He wants to know, how far will people go just because an authority figure told them to? This wasn't random curiosity. It was a reaction to Nazi war crimes. You know, I was just following orders. Milgram wanted to test that excuse. So he cooked up a study that would make history. And a lot of people very uncomfortable. Two volunteers show up. One is the teacher, the other the learner. The teacher's job? Give the learner a quiz. Every wrong answer? They hit a button. That delivers an electric shock. The learner is strapped to a chair in another room. The teacher can hear him, but not see him. Here's the twist. The learner is actually an actor. No one is being shocked. But the teacher totally believes it. Enter the third person, the experimenter. He's the real puppet master. A calm, serious-looking guy in a lab coat. Think scientist meets robot. He sits behind the teacher giving instructions. No drama, no yelling. Just 4 cold scripted lines. 1. Please continue. 2. The experiment requires that you continue. 3. It is absolutely essential that you continue. 4. You have no other choice. You must continue. The shock levels, they go from mild discomfort to danger, severe shock, to a final switch ominously labeled XXX. So what happened? Did people storm out? Refuse to hurt a stranger? Throw the machine across the room? Spoiler alert, nope. 65% of participants went all the way to the max voltage. Even when the learner screamed, banged on the wall, claimed he had a heart condition, even when he went silent, like possibly unconscious silent. The teachers hesitated. They sweated. They said things like, "Are you sure this is okay?" But the guy in the lab coat calmly repeated, "The experiment requires that you continue." And they did, because apparently one guy in a white coat can make you ignore your gut, your morals, and someone else's screams. Sound wild? Welcome to real life. Here are some everyday examples you might have come across. Office culture. Signing off on something dumb because the boss said so. School bullying, joining in, not because you want to, but because the loud kid said to. Military, orders followed, 0 questions, even when your gut screams wrong. Corporate scandals, cooking the books because upper management insists. Online mobs, someone influential points, and suddenly 1,000 people pile on. We like to think we're rebels. Truth is, we're trained to follow the leader. So, what's going on inside our skulls? And why are we so eager to follow orders? 1. Respect for authority. From school to airports, we're taught. Lab coat equals expert. 2. Diffusion of responsibility. If it goes wrong, it's their fault, not mine. 3rd, gradual escalation. You don't start at 450 volts. You build up to it. Baby shocks to big ones. 4. Fear of rocking the boat. No one wants to be that person who ruins the experiment. Basically, we're sheep. Smart, anxious sheep. Not everyone cheered Milgram on. Participants were traumatized. Some cried, some had breakdowns. They thought they had actually hurt someone. Today, this experiment would never pass an ethics board, but it cracked open huge conversations about morality, obedience, and research ethics. And let's be honest, it exposed a brutal truth. We all want to be the hero. But sometimes we're just the nervous bystander pushing buttons. Milgram didn't just make headlines, he made a psychological earthquake. His experiment became a pop culture staple. Movies, plays, more experiments. But it's not just history. Every time someone says, "I'm just doing my job," Milgram's legacy echoes, whether it's a bureaucrat approving something shady or a delivery guy enforcing a bad policy, obedience is alive and well. So the next time someone says, "Just follow orders," ask yourself, is this what I would choose? Or am I just following the lab coat? Because obedience isn't just about doing what you're told, it's about understanding when to question and when to stand up. If you think psychology can be a mind game, Hit subscribe to Wired Weird, where we dive deep into the quirks of human behavior, one experiment at a time. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your I would never follow orders friend, and remember, psychology isn't just in the textbooks, it's in every decision you make. Stay curious, and remember, the next time you obey, it might just be a Milgram moment.